Late as usual, pirate scum. I see that right there.
And then, yeah, they talking to each other and forgot about us again. We had some catching up to do.
Jerks.
Well, we had some catching up to do, and I had to finish my little bag of pistachios because I don't like eating.
We don't want a hangry robo on.
No. I'm much happier when I'm full and fat and happy.
And pistachios, I mean,
yeah,
they're great.
Yeah.
We're gonna make this about food. Is this gonna be a food cast today? Because we go all day doing that sometimes.
I got a. Oh no, it's chili roasted, not chili limon, but still pretty good.
Well, eating pistachios isn't the only exciting thing that has gone on in your life as of late. You just returned from a trip to Disneyland.
Wow, what a segue!
Like, I feel bad because it's like, I mean, we go there a lot because I've got little kids, right? But it's like, my wife and I were talking about. I told her, I was like, oh yeah, you know, Robo and the family are going, and she was excited, and I was like, I'm excited for him too. It's great.
Well, I snuck through there during celebration with the guys because they were like, hey, we're gonna be in town. We're going to do Disney for a day. Then they're set up for celebration, then work in the celebration and everything. And I think I've said it on here before. I've never been interested in actually going, you know, I've never.
It's fun.
And that's what I found out there. The magic hit me. So I thought then and there, I was like, I'm bringing the family. So that's what we did last week. And it was fun.
It's easy before you walk past those gates to be jaded and say, oh, you know, it's Disney. Oh, it's a money grab. Yes, it is. It's those things. Absolutely. But damn it, it's fun to go.
It is. It is. I didn't, even the rides and stuff, you see it on screens and videos and you think, it can't be that fun. But damn it if it isn't fun.
There's nothing like looking up and it's like, it's 9 numb, and here we go.
Man, yeah, the Rise of the Resistance. I went all out too. Man, it's expensive, but the lightning lane stuff and everything else, I had to do it, especially if I'm taking not my youngest, who is 17, but yeah, he can't handle lines. So I didn't want to handle him not handling lines. So that's what we did.
I think I already know the answer to this question, but I'm going to go ahead and ask it anyway and remain hopeful. But did you go on Mr. Toad's Wild Ride?
No, I didn't. In fact, when I looked, it was shut down, and then it was open. But then, I'm going to be honest. Like I said, my youngest is 17. I took my middle, who is 22, 21, 22. You get over to that side of the park, it's all strollers and little ones, you know? Yeah. So we kind of stayed on the outskirts of that.
I got you.
Don't get me wrong, still hit like Big Thunder Mountain, which is, I guess, in the middle. It's not as in, but we didn't go to the castle as much or into there. Did you get on Rise? Yes,
indeed.
My son built a lightsaber. Got to go through that.
Did you go with him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of a cool experience, isn't it?
Yeah. They had one station that was kind of screwballing. They couldn't get the blade to stick, and they stripped out one of the cores, and so.
Freaking Emperor, man, he gets.
I know. So of course he built a red saber.
Well, the first time I've done the saber build twice, and the first time we went, I took my oldest daughter with me, and she's 10 now, but she was like 7 or 8 at the time. 8, I think. And I did it, and she went, and she had a good time, but I did all the things. And it's like, we went this time, and she was just like, you could tell she was like really wanting to be the one to do it. So I'd already chosen, because I did a standard looking like Jedi hilt the first time. So the second time I went with like the more natural looking one with the tooth on it and everything like that. And I picked that style. But other than that, I let her do the whole thing, and she had a blast. She did a purple one, I think.
Just picking the style. Yeah. The one he picked, I can't remember. It was the evil one, you know, but they didn't have all the pieces. They said, if you choose this, you're going to have this and this. And he was like, I don't care. I want this style.
Yeah. Well, Now you have your own Schwartz.
That's right. And I had fun. I had fun. The whole trip just kind of worked out. Didn't have any problems at airports or airplanes. It was trying to snow. It was just starting to snow when we hit Colorado. So there was
Really?
like a 12-minute delay for de-icer.
Yeah.
Took
You've been
off.
through that.
Yeah,
You've been
yeah.
through that.
And when it was happening, it was just like little sleet. I was like, I've been out of Kansas City when it was coming down.
Well, I asked about Mr. Toad because Mr. Toad's Wild Ride's not at Disney World anymore. And we usually go to Disney World because we do all of the different parks when we go. And it's like that ride's no longer at Disney World, but they're having 50th anniversary popcorn buckets of a Mr. Toad coach. And it's like, because I mean, you've seen the popcorn buckets. They're crazy.
The
right?
AT-ATs. Yeah, I only saw AT-AT.
Right. But they didn't have them yet when we were there back in September. So I was like, I knew somebody who was at Disneyland this week, and I was like, do they have them there? And he's like, no, they're only at Disney World for the 50th. And I was like, no. I want a popcorn bucket, damn it.
Yeah, we're looking at Florida at some point because there's still Universal and everything else that she'd like to see. And I guess Hogwarts.
Hogwarts is cool. I'm not a big Harry Potter fan, but that's the one part to me in Universal that's as immersive as like the places in Disney World. It's like you forget where you're at.
Yeah.
You
don't have to send a custom figure to shout out Frank's Stop Motions unless I mean you can. I'm not going to turn down a custom figure. You should make Razorback your patron saint of traveling. Who said I didn't? Because
next Fwoosh road trip, he's coming and I'm taking my adventure person, and that's the team. That's the team now. Yeah.
Carrying Razorback's a little bit bigger than carrying adventure because my usual travel buddy is a vintage Admiral Akbar with a Obi-Wan vintage cloak, the plastic thing.
I have a Rancor keeper in my backpack too. But you know what you need to do? And, companies make like the realistic animal figures and whatnot. You need to customize an adventure person Razorback. I bet you can do it.
Because I had a cartoony, I was going to behead
a
Pumbaa. So that may work on an adventure or a adventure people size figure.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. And Andrew is correct. Mario World is coming to Universal Hollywood in 2023. I am going to be on the hook for that for sure, because again, my oldest, she loves Super Mario Brothers, so it's like we got to go check that out.
And then 2024 is Mega Man Land.
Yeah, I'm gonna move there.
As an outsider, I've only been to Land, but I think the difference is just size, right? I mean, World is way bigger.
World's way big. The parks have extremely different feel. I like both. I enjoy both of them. The parks have extremely different feels to them, though. It's just I'm not sure exactly what it is. Maybe it's just the size and the fact that a lot of Disneyland is commuter park. I mean, it's a park for LA too, and Disney World, it's like everybody's on vacation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. I love both of them, but I think they feel very differently when you're there.
Land seems to have a retro feel to it too.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. I mean, rides like Mr. Toad and some of the other ones, they've kept some of the original stuff to it, whereas Disney World is like there's more space to put new and different things. I mean, Disneyland is very it's the size that it is because it has to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've looked into those buckets and I never pulled the trigger.
Oh yeah, I have looked, and it's like right at like $80 or something right now plus shipping, and shipping's usually dumb because it's kind of big. So it's like I haven't gotten myself to is it $100 cool yet? But yeah, I was watching. But you did come back with some toys too, right?
Yeah. Well, barely. I mean, I put it off. I walked in the first night because we didn't have tickets the first day we got there. We were just going to lounge around, rest up and then get
Well,
ready
the first day you got there was Halloween, wasn't it?
Yeah. But we still wandered into downtown Disney, just looking around, and I ran into the gingerbread trooper.
The second best one of the year, and I think
Yeah.
like the second best one overall, actually.
Yeah. I was only in the market for it. And you talking about this?
Yep.
You talking about this one? Bam.
Yep. Which that one, I've got that one now. I haven't
Yeah.
gotten the gingerbread one yet. Those are the
Oh,
only
really?
two I'm getting this year.
I walked in and saw this, and I was like, "No, I'm on vacation, baby. I ain't even looking at toys." And as I walked away, it was kind of, okay, I'll come back. So I waited till the last night, went back and got it. So yeah.
See, I was taking a completely different stance when I went back in September, because when I went, I was like, one of the goals of this trip is to find that Willow figure while I was there, and it took me to the last day, but I was like, I was absolutely on the lookout for figures.
I was, plus with as many as were stacked up, I was like, oh, they'll still be here. Plus,
Yeah.
it's the first night. I don't want to just carry something around. And I went back, and they had moved them. They went from being right in the front door to being over by the register, down by the floor, facing the wall. It's like, wait, what? How?
And nothing to me, nothing is more defeating than having gone somewhere, passed on it, gone back, and then it was gone.
Yeah, somebody. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's expensive. Oh yeah, it's expensive. But
oh yeah, but that's one of those things that it's like, you gotta kind of come to the reckoning of that before you go. and be like, yeah, it's going to be expensive as can be. So think about it beforehand or afterwards, and just try to put it out of your brain while you're there.
Because I didn't go for 45 years. So
yeah,
and who knows what'll happen in the future. I mean, we're kind of planning it, but I don't have anything locked in for going to Florida and stuff. But
yeah, they're Disney is very good at making money.
yeah.
At theme parks anyway. So, but yeah. Well, I'm glad you had a good time.
It was very fun. Plus, again, not being on, just taking it easy, being in the moment.
Yeah. Well, and then came back, and it's like, I thought maybe we would kind of be past the big like deluge of stuff shipping as we got into mid-November. Like, I thought most of the stuff would already be shipped, and it's like, nope.
Remember last month when we were talking about, holy shit, it won't stop, it's keep coming, it's a heavy month, and then I can't keep up. I get a pulse notice every other day.
It seems to me most of the stuff that is shipping is Hasbro stuff.
Yeah, because I got shipping notice for Serpentor last night.
Yesterday I got the "you're about to be charged" email, and I hate those emails because it tells you the order number, but it doesn't tell you what it is.
Because I don't do it often. Of course, we pre-ordered these a year ago. Some of the G.I. Joe stuff, Outback, hit my target after several. Do you still want this item? Yes. Stop.
I think I'm just as happy for not getting those as I am with getting the figure at this point.
Well, Target finally shipped mine, and I forgot I had doubled up. I had a backup on Pulse, and then Pulse was like, "Hey, we're about to charge you for this," and I was like, "I don't even know what that is." And then they shipped Outback, so it's in the air somewhere. So we'll have to figure out what to do with an extra Outback.
Yeah. I'm glad to have him because he's freaking rad. But man, I'm ready for Bazooka. Even though it's not the regular Bazooka that's coming first, it's the Tiger Force one again. But man, I need Bazooka now.
I'm kind of thinking. Well, I don't know. Bazooka's kind of that same situation I'm in with Outback, where as I've looked at both, because when they announced Tiger Force first, I was like, oh, that's not regular. That's cool, but I want the regular one. But now that we've seen both and both are pre-orderable, I kind of like the Tiger Force one with the orange and the tiger, and I'm kind of liking Bazooka with the Battle Cat camo pants.
Well, and it's like you can take your Bazooka and do what they did to Outback, just dry brush some gray on there, baby.
Mm-hmm. You have your aged. Oh God, I'm so far behind in chat. I'm sorry, guys. The yeah, I have the old codgers off to the side. Well, back in my day.
Well, it's funny because Bazooka to me. So one of my best friends, his dad is really really awesome, and their family moved to this area from Chicago. Like his dad is born and bred Chicago. You know, in the early mid to early 80s was when they moved here. But his dad is the 1980s Chicago guy, so he looks in the 80s he looks like Bazooka, and it's like I need two just so I can have Mr. J in G.I. Joe, and that's what I'm gonna use him as too, because it's like I could just hear him. He's gonna talk like this, and he's gonna eat sausages on Saturday, and it's gonna be a great time watching the Braves. You know, it's awesome.
And I'm afraid all those other GI. Well, we haven't seen what was the same time as Outback was the Python Patrol, Viper, and Bat,
and yeah, Outback. And not Recondo?
No, Recondo
No,
and
not Recondo.
Bazooka. Yeah.
But no, there's one more. Outback, Bazooka, and
I only had those three on my target order. Oh, Outback. Oh, was Bazooka at the same time?
Yeah.
Could have swore Bazooka was a little later.
Outback, Bazooka, and
I think my pulse order was the same. Outback, Alley Viper.
Oh, come on. I think there's another. I could have sworn there was another one. Now I'm going to have to go check.
Should have been an Outback Steakhouse exclusive. Yeah, the Bat. Was there... Oh, Duke was about the same time, that with the motorcycle?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the... That's the way I remember it, and that's how my orders are set up. Bazooka, Recondo, that yellow officer.
Yeah, Recondo. Right. Yeah.
But those were separate, several months.
Oh, were they? Oh, I'm just lumping them all together as Tiger Force.
Yeah. Because Outback was over a year ago. I think it was October of 21.
Yeah. And Recondo's the only one of the three that has not been announced in like his regular look yet, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Dusty's in there somewhere.
Yeah, Dusty and Ron. So actually, this is good, because this is going to bring me to my next point, because we're getting close to the end of the year, and I know that we're going to be going through our like top 10 list, and with that always comes like line of the year and company of the year and everything else. I was thinking about G.I. Joe Classified, and it's like, you know, this has been a really fun year. Just with what's been released, it's not quite a ton of stuff, but it's been pretty good. But what they've announced for next year has been absolutely insane, not only with what they've shown, but what they've just mentioned by name. I'm starting to like try to do the math and like their standard shipping times and whatnot. It's like, is all that stuff going to come out next year? Because if so, it's going to be insane and awesome. But it's like, I'm not sure if they're going to get all of that out that quickly. But
that's what I'm saying. I mean, well, they kind of fell into the well, can I say that? No, I don't think I can say that. The MOFX schedule. Not the where but it's only been, has it only been the Target stuff that's really behind? Because we're seeing some of that stuff pop up in Europe. Oh, I thought you were thinking. True. I thought you were looking down at
no, I know I can't. That's the thing with this line. I can't ever remember when they say stuff is actually going to come out.
Yeah.
It's like, I know, oh, this is announced for 2023. and that's it.
I like how they announce stuff. You know, they have a name, they have a digital render, they have the pretty pictures, they have the pre-order. You know, it seems like a constant barrage of information, even though it is, you know, a little at a time.
Yeah.
There's no big wide gaps, but when it comes to figuring out when and how and where, it gets all jumbled up in my head because again, I can't remember the names. Just the names when it's just names.
Yeah.
That's terrible. Could be worse. Yeah, it could be 89 Batman.
Well, that's a funny one to elicit because yeah, that's not announced yet, but I actually finally got the shipping notice for Death Dealer, and I think that's been 2 years.
Yeah. It's kind of out of the blue. And with that, well, I don't know. Is that the Conan body with new gear?
I have no idea. I know that I had to have it. I didn't really look at it a whole lot, except I thought it looked cool. But I think it's going to get here Tuesday or Wednesday, something like that. It's like I got the shipping notification, and then it took almost a week for it to like go to this is actually shipped.
Yeah. God, I didn't order it. 2023 should be huge for deliveries. Hopefully.
It feels like 2023 is going to be the first real year, maybe from starting January 1, where product that is going to be shipping has run its entire development life cycle in the, we're not post-COVID, but you know what I mean? Like the new world, right? I think everything that's come out to this point has been pretty much, it's been stretched out over all the different things that have happened. And it's like 2023 seems like the first year where things are going to be coming out where it's like been done under the new way that things have to be done or whatever. But, you know, I don't want to get ahead of myself.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Because
getting any of the dead figures from Mythic Legions. I don't collect, but damn, thinking of getting a horde myself. That Necronominus.
That's the I mean, we've been talking quite a bit about skeletons lately. That's the skeleton that I always wanted for Masters of the Universe Classics. That looks like, those skeletons look like that He-Man and those guys got their skin pulled off of them, and that's what their skeleton looks like. It's chunky, like those figures.
Oh, it never goes to where I wanted to go.
And the skeleton horse, yeah, getting probably a couple of those skeletons, and then the skeleton horse. I'll definitely be in for that, and I might get Gideon as well, simply because that was the one that I had severe regret not picking up originally, and he's come back, so I may get him as well because he strikes me as like the leader.
It's very
the figure's crazy busy, but it's cool.
Well, I mean, that's all. I mean, if you want busy, this damn thing,
yeah,
in a good way, is just, I mean, it's insane.
Yeah.
I can't control but
yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot going on there. It's cool for sure.
And Junior's cool. He reminds me of the Dungeons and Dragons hero.
Yeah. Strongheart. Yeah.
Is it the mustache? Is that what I'm going for?
Well, and the you know, knight helmet and whatnot. Yeah, I mean that's all. And yeah, he's the classic, you know, paladin, and you throw a mustache on him, and it's like, yeah, it reminds you of Strongheart.
Classic paladin. I don't know what you're talking about.
My mistake.
This is the name I went after in the weekly.
Don't even try.
And then one of the first comments was, "Oh, well, that's a tribute to somebody that actually has that name or something like that." So threw me right onto the guilt train right off the bat. Like,
wait, somebody actually has that name?
I guess I don't know. That's what the comments said. I didn't. Oh, the helmet is similar to Strongheart too. Maybe that's why I get those vibes.
Yeah, because it's got the, it's a plume on Strongheart, but it's got that.
Oh, you guys like wings? Well, we got wings on top of your wings because he's got wings down here too, huh?
Yeah,
On his U.S. agent shield.
yeah, that's a flying shield there, friend.
Oh, paint rub on the joints. It's terrible. It's ruined.
You're out.
On this prototype that probably had to be adjusted to stand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. This thing's cool. The Terpiculi.
Yeah.
That's the only one I can nail.
Yeah, that is definitely neat.
Yeah. But I think if I were to grab one, well, this one, I don't know if I could pass this one up.
See, I like the other skeleton better. There's so much going on here. It's almost too much for me.
The other skeleton, as in the warrior?
Yeah.
The builder pack? No. What I was going to... But there's also Maxilius.
Yeah, that one. That's the one I mean. Yeah.
Oh, because it's a plain skeleton?
Yeah. And like I said, it looks like Masters of the Universe classics with their skin and muscle pulled off.
There you go. And plus, if you wanted to, just Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
Rolling around in your displays and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. I just want the Grim Reaper since he is in the same vein as my Headless Horseman.
Yeah.
They said Jack is basically a walking church or something like that. You know what? That actually...
I can see that.
Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah. I can see that for sure.
In armored form. You son of a... Browser, do what I tell you to do. But yeah, the buckles and the silvers and everything. More wings. All kinds of Red Bull through these troopers. And they don't say why Gideon gets a skull horse face, though.
Oh,
or Bishop.
I didn't
Sorry,
even
Bishop.
notice
Did I
that.
say Gideon? Yeah, it's like an alternate head.
Huh.
Because you have the regular.
Yeah.
Yeah, sneaky.
Huh.
Because you have the full bone steed.
Yeah. That's the one I absolutely have to get.
So you in on some of these?
Yeah, like I said, I'll probably get a couple of the Maxilius, and then the skeleton horse for sure. Probably I don't know. Yeah, I will be getting some of them. Yes, because also too, I felt bad about this because I kind of like grown out of having space, shelf space for Mythic Legion stuff about a year and a half ago, but now I have room to get those back out and display them. So this guy's cool too, just for, a Templar Knight, and that's awesome.
I completely missed that.
That's got Last Crusade written all over it, man. Go tip over, do the rubbing on his shield.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I completely missed that the knights all come with dead faces in case you want to use them as...
So there's your horse answer.
So yeah, just in case... Oh, yeah. Cyber answered the whole kit and caboodle right off the bat. I like the colors here.
Yeah. They're different for the line, for sure.
So does Junior come with the alternate? No.
No.
You can't corrupt Junior.
Junior?
It
is Last Crusade.
See, it all connects. I was just thinking about that today. all the good eye. Oh, I get Colossus vibes from Jack.
Yeah, those names are something else.
They should name a figure Biggest Dickus.
There's not enough C's and
Yeah.
G's in there, but yeah.
Make that a DIKCCUSS.
Yeah.
and bigamous. Wait,
Yeah.
that doesn't work. FwooshKnight. Junior has the Heavens brand. He's immune. Damn, all this backstory stuff that works for me.
Yeah.
Sir Gideon and the Order of Etheron.
Ethereon, yeah.
You know what? Next time, if we go to PowerCon next year, I want to go to the Mythic Legions panel or the Four Horsemen panel. I want to hear them say all these names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But shit's cool, man. It's all rad looking.
Yeah.
And it's like, ooh, goodness.
Orders the 4-H set. You have chosen wisely.
Wisely.
Heaven's brand is the name of that sword. What? No, isn't that his?
I'm having to go purchase the all end on the budget of a carpenter.
That's the cup of a king. Huh. Yeah, it's all cool designs. And every time they show a new wave, I'm like, oh my God, look at all this design work and all this awesomeness. And then and I can only speak for me, but it kind of fades as I window shop hardcore, and I'm like, oh, I want that. And then I guess it's reality setting in. I don't have the room. I don't have the funds. I would love to have limited amounts of both, but I don't.
You know, the good part about this is that it doesn't have the completionist pull to it, because you don't really have an attachment to it outside of what you kind of make for yourself. So this is one where I can appreciate all of them, but I can just pick up the things that I want. And I wish I could be like that with with a lot of other lines. I'm trying to be better about that with other lines, but this is really quintessential that philosophy for me.
What you just described is my whole Fortnite buying, mindset is.
Yep.
I can come up with shit on my own here.
Yeah.
I can do this, and this with this, because this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm already thinking of ways. How am I going to integrate this with the NECA Dungeons and Dragons figures, which look like they're hopefully like cross up together perfectly?
Right. I look at this and it's like, oh, somebody went through the Halloween aisle at Big Lots and just went crazy. Or Walgreens. I've seen these at Walgreens too. But at the same time, oh, and I'd like to thank everybody for telling me this is a chimera.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
I was going for
what did this look like when it had, all its other parts?
I cut out a whole part of the weekly where I was trying to name this thing like a Snogzel, but
it's a liger.
I
It's
annoyed
pretty
myself.
much my favorite animal.
Yeah. Does the Snogzel have large talons?
It probably does.
I went to like 3 or 4 names and I annoyed myself and cut it out. So because I also called this the action figure embodiment of Spirit Halloween. But I still like the design. Yeah. Just because I make fun of something doesn't mean I hate it. You know what I mean? In fact, the more I make fun of something, the more I kind of.
If you don't care about something or you don't like it, you don't talk about it at all.
Yeah, exactly. Fortnite is easy for me. Just the food dudes. Yeah. That's your collection, huh?
Yeah, I mean, there are a couple of other weirdos. Like, I want the jack-o'-lantern guy when that ever comes out.
I think I've seen that pop up overseas, but you can't ever tell with Fortnite.
Yeah. And I've got a couple of other ones that aren't food, but to your point, the vast majority are just the food dudes.
See, there you go. Yeah. It's actually an abbreviation of the real guy's name. I met him at Legions Con. That dude is as tall as his name is long.
All right.
There we go. Yeah, you could combine the Dead Horse and the Grim Reaper. Because I guess if you take all the Mythic Legions, this is the last Horseman? Is
Yeah.
this the Death Wave? Has there been Pestilence and... I don't know.
Yeah, Pestilence was one because there were like a bunch of guys that looked diseased and stuff like that. So
Was there? I haven't kept track of every wave.
yeah,
So
yeah.
they've been working years to get their namesake into action figure form. It's crazy. Playing the long game.
Yeah. Which that reminds me,
Hold on,
I think the Wizards were in that assortment, and I've got those coming at some point.
Yeah.
Or some of the Wizards anyway.
That Fortnite's... Oh, wait. Fortnite is super absolutely nothing. Oh. Ain't nothing wrong with that, though, you know?
Yeah.
Fortnite Speedboat almost got me. Yeah, the closest I've been is Comic-Con when I saw Matt's.
Yeah, I love that Matt has one and takes pictures of it doing rad things. I just don't know what else I would do with it.
Yeah. I mean, put some G.I. Joe in it and stuff, but...
Yeah. Yeah, I just, like, my display is not super conducive to it, so it's like, then it really becomes used for pictures, and it's like, maybe I'd squeeze 1 or 2 a year out of it. So, I don't know.
Oh.
It's awesome. I'm glad it exists.
Yeah.
They make stuff like that.
That's a snake. I didn't realize that was a snake in the cage. Despite all my rage, I figured out that's a snake in a cage.
And does a dead snake need a cage?
I don't know. There's still some feathers on this dead turkey.
Well, that's true.
Vulture.
Well, and I mean, we're talking about like skeleton dudes and whatnot walking around, so of course these would be the same thing. What logic am I missing here? I'm messing it up.
That's true.
Yeah.
Pestilence Wave is on Big Bad now. Famine. Yeah, not hunger. Facepalm. Famine.
Famine.
The Fortnite boat is crazy expensive. Yeah, that was another thing. Well, on top of how the hell... Well, there's always ways to get stuff home from Comic-Con, but my thought is always, this won't fit in my carry-on. I'm out. Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that either. It's funny they put the snake in the bird cage, but the bird is loose.
Hey, you know.
Oh, and that's a mount for the arm, huh?
Yeah.
Then you got this bone and this bone.
Bone saw.
Just a lot of bone.
It's a bone saw.
How about this? Beluolith. Oh, maybe that's Beluolith. Beluolith.
Beluolith.
Beluolith.
Yeah.
Famine must be Italian.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Famine fragile.
Did you see that they're doing another a Christmas Story Christmas? Ralphie's back. He wrote it, and they've got some of the characters from the original movie coming back.
Yeah. I watched the trailer for it, and I was like, okay. I mean, they're doing with everything now. But something felt off about it. And then I saw, I don't remember who it was. Somebody on Twitter probably said, this feels more like a Christmas Vacation sequel than a Christmas Story sequel. And I was like, yeah, it does. Because it's like, oh, we got to make Christmas, super magical. I mean, that was, yeah. I don't know.
It does. That does feel okay. You've ruined it.
I don't know if
Good job.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know if like having read that made me like, oh, I'm not gonna give it the actual chance now because I'm gonna be tarnished by that. But yeah, but it's funny. A Christmas Story wasn't one of our Christmas movies. I didn't see that movie until I was in college.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no, that was that and Scrooged. are my Christmas movies.
Heck yeah, Scrooged.
What was there? Yeah, I don't remember much of anything else that we watch. My kids love the Santa Claus, but I can't do it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I sit there, but yeah. Hopefully the Bumpuses still live next door. And yeah, and the different actress for the mom too. And I guess they said the teacher.
Why did they go for, did they say why they went for a different actress? Because she's still living, right?
Well, I said, from what I read, both the actresses didn't want to come out of retirement. They're retired. They're done. They didn't want to.
Gotcha. Well, that is absolutely fair.
Oh, there is the Grinch. The kids like that one. Oh, Tango and Cash. There you go.
Die Hard, Gremlins. Die Hard, yeah. Gremlins, Mickey's Christmas Carol, and Year Without a Santa Claus are like my big ones now.
You know what? I'm not sure. Have I seen Ernest Saves Christmas?
And I like Emmett Otter too.
I've probably seen Saves Christmas, but I always goes to camp for Ernest movie.
Yeah, that's the original. You know, it's funny. My dad took me to 3 movies, sorry, in my entire life growing up. The big one was he got me out of school one day early to go see the Ninja Turtles movie. That was the big one. He took us to go see Land Before Time for some reason.
Big water.
Yep. And then he took us to see Ernest Saves Christmas because he was really excited to go and see.
Yeah. You know, growing up in the 80s, I always thought Ernest was a hometown boy. You know what I mean? Or, well, Jim Varney, right?
I can see why, yeah.
Because he would do all the commercials for the local news and then some other things around here. But come to find out, and I just looked this up yesterday, because apparently I said, know what I mean during the weekly, and somebody made that comment. And I was going to type back, oh yeah, because, you know, da-da-da-da-da. Apparently he did that for the whole South and all the way to California. He did commercials all over the place. So
yeah. Yeah.
But still, I still claim him. Because his aunt character, that auntie, I can't remember what her name is, but yeah, my aunt was exactly that.
Really?
Oh, wow. Yeah. So yeah, there's more connections than one. Big Water was this. Oh, did they not sing that to the sequel? What about Land Before Time 68? You know, yeah. There's way more of those than you think, or than I think. Oh, there was Ernest Scared Stupid.
Me, authentic Bulgarian Miak.
Tree Star and Long Neck. Oh, Die Hard 2 TV edit. Seems like I watched that recently too. Whenever he throws the Zippo in the fuel trail.
Melon Farmer.
Is that what he says?
Yeah. Or Mr. Falcon too. Melon Farmer and Mr. Falcon are the ones that I remember the most as far as TV edits go. But I think Die Hard 2 gets a bad rap. It's absolutely ridiculous in terms of concept, but Bill Sadler is a very underrated villain.
I think I've seen it just as much as the other two, just as many times.
I've definitely seen the first one the most, but the second one's real close.
I think if I had to go for the one I've seen most, it would be 3.
Really?
But yeah, I don't know why.
You know,
maybe
that wasn't even a Die Hard movie.
Oh, yeah.
It was a movie called Simon Says, and they wrote John McClane into it.
Oh, really?
And made it a Die Hard movie. Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. The original script was called Simon Says, and they just made some changes to tie it back to Die Hard.
I appreciate it, Andrew. Afternoon, guys. Last week when Dad Robo said, I'm sick of you laying around here all day, it hit way too close to home and sent me into therapy. Can I send Fwoosh an invoice? Yeah, a couple of those. It was another one of those things where I was like, I'm taking this way too far. But at the same time, I'm like, or maybe I'm not taking this far enough. And so I kept going. And yeah.
Were those specific things that you experienced, or was this just you doing
No, no,
okay.
it's more of a what I see on TV kind of thing, kind of, oh, the angry dad. In fact, the old man,
The newspaper thing is like, ooh, ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a bygone, trauma thing that
So is going to a gas station looking for a newspaper. And she
yeah.
looked at me like this, like, you don't look that old to be coming and getting the newspaper. Do you know what the internet is? But no, it was $1.
It's really just like that penny saver thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I need to catch up on all the yard sales. Anyone else think of Pizza Hut because of the ad on the Land Before Time VHS tape? Oh man.
That, and well, Ninja Turtles as well. The Ninja Turtles movie had the right field Pizza Hut commercial with the right field song with the Little League team. I still know that entire song word for word because of that.
Oh, best moment was the silent eye shaming. I'd break out the dress shirt and tie.
Dang.
The Thing is the best Christmas movie.
That's a good one.
My job always has newspapers for sale. I haven't got one. And when I picked it up and paid the $1 for it, I was like, okay, well, granted, it wasn't the Sunday paper. I guess I have seen the Sunday paper a few times, but
have you?
It's always bigger. I don't even know if my parents get that anymore. I think
my stepdad was the one who held on to that newspaper subscription for as long as it was really possible. But even he doesn't have the newspaper anymore.
Well, my mom did the crosswords and the word finds and
yeah,
everything else. So it was kind of or whatever games they put on the.
Hey, that's charming. But like with my stepdad, it was all a part of the routine. I mean, he had to completely change his routine because in the morning the paper wasn't there anymore, and that in and of itself that transcends the actual paper, right?
Yeah, because you break that routine, you don't know what to do in the morning. And over the past couple of years, I've gotten a morning routine, and when I'm out of town or something, it's jarring. I can't get going. What's happening? Pizza Hut had a pizza slice as their mascot in the 90s. Now, I worked there from 93 to 97. Or 94 to 96. Somewhere in there in the middle. I don't remember
that.
I don't remember the slice. That was about the time of the Bigfoot, but I don't remember. Was there an actual Bigfoot mascot?
Man, I'd forgotten about the Bigfoot, but you just brought it all back.
I hated those things. They had to send completely new pizza warmers for delivery drivers because you had the long thing. And I swear every time that paper thing would fall down on the pizza, you'd hand them the Bigfoot and the toppings were all stuck to the cover and it would soak through. You could see it right there. So you're a delivery driver going, not my fault.
What?
Do something.
And they did that because wasn't it Little Caesars that was doing the big pizzas, and that's what they did it to compete with them? Didn't Little Caesars?
Domino's had the Dominator.
Long, right?
Domino's had the Dominator. I don't know if somebody else did. That's the only two places I worked during that time.
Because Little Caesars was quote unquote Detroit style pizza. And I think it was rectangular like that. I think they were the first one, like the first ones to come with it. And then everybody else was trying to get in on that market.
I don't think we had a Little Caesars around here. There may have been a one in the Kmart across in the big city. You know what I mean?
I gotcha.
Uh-oh, what are you reading?
Me?
Oh, I thought you were reading a comment.
Oh, no.
No. Yeah, we didn't get across to the big city a lot, so. Food talk.
Yeah, it's inevitable. Much
Yeah,
like
they never got me.
Galactus is sitting over there. The food
They never
talk
got me
is
into the Noid costume at Domino's either. They tried a couple of times, and I was like,
really.
it's summertime in Arkansas. I ain't putting on a felt costume and jumping around at the road.
Well, now I think we need to find a Noid costume because that sounds like a weekly to me, friend.
Is this after homeless Robo-Tom when you work at Pizza Hut? No, I slept in the parking lot at Pizza Hut. Go in, they had the sink, the bathroom. Yeah. That's where the manager was like, you don't have to eat out of the dumpster. And I'm like, I'm not eating out of the dumpster. You're throwing away these perfectly good. That's when they went from the old Pizza Hut, the green lamps up on top, which was after those old glass Pizza Hut lamps that they had hanging from the ceiling.
Man,
so they threw away those cool green ones and changed it out for fluorescent lighting or some bullshit. But I was like, I'm not eating out of the dumpster. You're throwing away these awesome lights that I can, give to somebody or use somewhere when I get a house, something.
Yeah.
Fwoosh Blue Noid. That wouldn't be so copyright infringing,
That would be a good costume to break out on the. We could do another end of the year list aside from like the top 10. It's like the bottom 10, and it's like avoid the toys.
Avoid the Noids toys.
Avoid the toys.
Due to the Noid costume. Man, yeah, that was kind of formative years, huh?
Hey, speaking of, I know a master splinter that you are going to be wanting to order. I haven't asked you yet.
Nope. I don't think I need anything from that wave.
I think it's a cool wave, for sure. It's
cool character,
crazy, which is what I like.
Yeah, but you know me, it's getting into that out of my wheelhouse, out of my time with the turtles.
Because I've got what Slash and Leatherhead for you here, maybe
for me.
Yeah, something else, maybe.
Oh yeah, we did talk about that, and I forgot all about that when I drove to your house, or well, your neighbor. I say your neighborhood. It's hard to think that once I get to where I usually turn off to go to your house, the airport is another 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah,
in the same, area.
That's what sucks about the airport here. It's like, oh, we're going to build it away from everything, so the noise and blah blah blah. It's like I got spoiled living in San Antonio. It was like literally in the middle of the city.
Ghost Jaga is getting too tempting.
That's the Jaga that I need.
I think you got that backwards. That's the worst figure ever. My birthday will come and go before that comes out.
That's true, but
there's always next.
Yeah.
I realized how that came out was, and then I'll never have another one.
It's gonna be like,
no more
unless
birthdays.
You're not planning on having another birthday, we'll figure something out.
Oh yeah, because oh man, yeah, not the next one. Wait, what year? Oh yeah, next year's 2023.
It is.
I was trying to do the math of how old I'm actually going to be, and I don't want to.
Don't do that. This is a fun and happy show.
Fun and happy show. Oh, we're all just marching towards that dark abyss. If plastic people make me happy on the descent into madness, then I guess I'll do it. No.
Oh, wait, Serpentor is coming back up over here too. Where is Mindbender?
Wait a second. Was Mindbender first?
Yeah, he was at San Diego.
He was. I don't know. Again, the G.I. Joes are so... I mean, I'm happy that there's stuff coming out.
Yeah.
But... Oh, and the Big 5-0 is a flocked theme.
Ooh.
No. Do you agree with pepperoni on pizza seems as you like Razorback? Do you agree with pepperoni? I try to agree with pepperoni as much as I can. Sometimes pepperoni doesn't agree with me. Boom. But no, that's my favorite pizza. I think is pepperoni. And yeah, I guess I don't know if that has anything to do with liking Razorback. Is it the pig?
Mm. Yeah.
Because my first thought was, is it red? That means Razorback football, red? Maybe.
Pepperoni suey.
Well, Slaughter hit Big Bad Toy Store, didn't it?
I've got Slaughter. Yeah.
I haven't got Slaughter yet. I think mine's through Pulse.
He's cool.
Did he go? Was that weekend? San Diego? Did they, or was that before that? Again,
It was San Diego.
was it?
Well, it was a time. It was supposed to be a timed release with San Diego, but he didn't make it.
Gotcha.
He went up for order before San Diego.
Okay. I just remember those mornings of trying to get pre-orders in real quick before heading to the show and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't cancel them, so I would assume he won't be far. You're talking about Mindbender.
Ooh, I hope so. I'm ready for him and his amazing design.
Sexy scientist,
Yeah. Sexy mad dentist scientist.
Pepperoni is the only acceptable. I don't know about that. I'd say it's the best. It's my favorite, but I like a lot of different pizzas.
See, I like pepperoni on like sandwiches, like Italian sandwiches and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not one of my favorite pizza toppings because when it heats up, it releases all of its oil and it gets super greasy. And sometimes I can't do that.
Ooh.
I don't have anything against it as far as like the taste and whatever on a pizza goes, because pepperoni and jalapeno pizza is delicious.
Yeah.
But I don't get it all the time simply because it's like gut bomb city to me.
Oh, wait a second. Godfather's pizza, taco pizza.
That
Godfather's.
I know that pizza. That used to be my mom's favorite pizza before all the Godfathers around here closed. That is a rad pizza. And the pizza place that I've taken you to here, they've got one like that. And Minsky's in Kansas City has a taco pizza that is like Godfather's was as well. That is underrated pizza right there.
So we have a local joint, a pizza parlor that has a taco pizza that's pretty good, but
yeah,
I don't know. I like. Well, I don't know. Let's look up pizza toppings. No.
Well, I was going to say, we bought a new dining room table a couple weeks ago, and it was delivered this week. Mm-hmm. And my wife was like, okay, now I got to get chairs and whatnot. And there was a shop in downtown KC that she wanted to go to today. And she went and got some chairs. But then there's also a deli that's down there. It's called the Guy's Deli, and Guy's chips are a big thing around here. I really like them. But I've been wanting to try a pizza there because it's a pickle pizza.
Yeah.
And she picked it up and it was delicious. But they bake dill into the pizza crust, so they call it the dill dough pizza.
Get out of here.
And it's amazing. It's amazing. It's fantastic.
See, the only time I think I've had pickles on pizza before, but it was like a cheeseburger type thing where they put the beef and the cheese and mustard and pickles.
This is the showcase on this is the pickle.
I'll have to. I like different ones, except for because if it's not pepperoni, I usually get ham and banana pepper.
It has banana peppers on it as well.
Yeah, see, banana peppers are awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, how about this? Who do you think would do the best Mcdonaldland figures? I'd like to see some Mickey D Ultimates from Super 7.
I would kill to get some McDonald's figures, and I think Super 7 would be good at it. You know who else I think would be good at it? Is Boss Fight Studio.
Oh, yeah.
I think they would make some awesome McDonald's figures.
I still look every now and then whenever I'm on eBay. I'll
Mm-hmm.
see somebody selling the spring swings or well, what got me thinking about it again was that damn figure from a couple of weeks ago where the imports the burger head
Yeah,
thing,
we
they came
talked
with those
about that.
stools with the burgers on
Yeah.
top, and I was like, "Oh man." But I had to explain to my parents who Mac Tonight was, because
What?
we went to a local show a month or two back, and somebody was walking around as Mac Tonight, and was
Was
that
it
his
Doug
name?
Jones?
No, it wasn't Doug Jones. This was you could tell this was kind of a paper mache type deal, but
I gotcha.
I was like, one of our local McDonald's had Mac Tonight in the middle at the
The
piano,
piano.
taking up most of the eating
Yep.
area.
Yep. We had one too, but it was right as you kind of walked in the door, so it wasn't in the dining room
Oh, really?
as much. Yeah. But I'm seeing comments on here as well. Man, Jada, they're making cereal
Oh,
monsters. Let's
shit,
do that.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I'd take it.
Then I won't tell you Playmates has the McDonald's license. Do they?
Well, um, that's funny because Playmates, for all of the
Oh,
trouble that I
wow.
like to
There's
give them.
there's another perfect segue.
So I got the Playmates Last Ronin figure, and friends, I like this figure quite a lot. He's not perfect, but if he had bicep swivels, thigh swivels, and the ankles were rockers, he'd be pretty damn close to being perfect. And why is this not a formula that's being followed for a modern quote unquote retro slash Masters of the Universe Origins Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles line? Because it would
Wow.
be amazing.
Because that's a damn mouthful.
Right.
But at the same
Right.
time, that could be well, I mean, they can do whatever they want, right? It's Playmates with turtles.
Essentially, yeah. But I would buy a whole line of this if it was
Of
like classic designs and stuff.
kinda
He's
update,
great.
but not go for what you're essentially well, you said it, right? You want the Mattel Masters of the Universe Origins
Yeah.
formula applied to Playmates Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. Yeah. Because that's something that I don't have. And I read somebody say it's like, oh, ultimates are essentially that. It's like, yeah, ultimates are more like classics
Oh,
updates.
yeah, I guess
Ninja Turtles.
because my thought was, man, they're just was that same thought process, but you're
Yeah.
right. It is more of a classics formula for the original Playmates toys.
Because the sculptures are more updated and detailed and whatnot. It's like Origins, yeah, the sculptures are a little bit updated and detailed, but it's not a far shot from what we got originally. And it's
Yeah.
like, do
Keep those
that.
soft sculpts and the wackiness kind of thing going
Yeah.
and
And the thing in my head that I argue against myself on that is like, well, Masters of the Universe is a line that's made for that kind of line. Ninja
yeah,
Turtles is almost all unique sculpts, so that becomes more of a challenge. But this is
true.
good. This is good. It's charming. It I like it a lot.
Now, do you have the NECA to compare
I
or
don't
not?
have the NECA one yet.
Yeah.
It hasn't shipped to me yet. I have both of them on order, but no, not yet.
But if the cells are there, I mean, it's been a couple of years, right, since there's been a Turtles property on TV.
Mhm.
The last one they did, though, they did their own versions, right, to have something out for the cartoon starting, and then realized the designs were off. Went back, did the right designs, but it seems
Well,
like I
no,
saw all
that was
kinds
the
of
2012
characters.
line. That was the
Is that going
2012
back
line.
that far?
Yeah, it was the 2012 line where they adjusted them to match the actual cartoon a little bit closer. Rise was essentially,
Rise,
yeah,
rise. But we've seen them go all out
yeah.
before. But that would be a lot of tooling,
It
tooling.
it it would. And my other thought on that is that it's like they've kind of been doing this stuff now for a couple years, right? I mean, that movie has got to be getting somewhat close. Like, does that come out next year?
I'm not sure.
The Seth Rogen one.
Yeah.
I just feel like we're gonna be getting more media turtles before too long, and it's like that's what they're gonna go back to focusing on once it
Yeah.
happens. So
Yeah.
but it's a shame because this is a fun and I mean it seems like a dumb word to use for a story as dark as The Last Ronin, but this is a charming little figure. It moves well. Like I said, it's missing a few joints, but I mean he's got double elbows and double knees.
And they move. I mean, they don't. Oh, look at that. That's pretty good.
And the knee only does that, but it's not because of the knee joint. It's because of
Stuff behind it.
the cloak. Yeah.
Oh, coming down. Will it go further if it's?
I can't turn it because he doesn't have a thigh. He needs a thigh swivel.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So it's like, but I want to say it's like 80, 85% there. There's some decent paint going on.
But when it comes down to it, do I have an Origins? Not here. But does Origins have rocker ankles and stuff like that? Do they?
They don't have double elbows or double knees, but they do have rocker ankles.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I have one that's not open sitting right here, but I don't have one.
Open it. Open it.
That's my fodder one. Well, you know what? Why am I not opening it? It's my fodder figure to make because I want to make a classics Sunman and Pighead.
I'd almost prefer rocker ankles over double elbows and knees. You know what I mean? Because of how essential those are to the actual stance.
Yeah.
The actual posing, the actual ability to stand up. But
yeah, see, he's got.
Ooh, and it's so easy to do anymore. Make the peg forward, or instead of.
It's not a feat of engineering, right? It's just thoughtfulness.
It's such a simple thing to do these days, or well, it was always a simple thing to do, but it had to get discovered.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I'm your father, Luke.
Father figure.
I'm your father. That sounds like nails on a chalkboard. What, flocking? Who's messing with flocking?
Was it the packaging opening? Probably, yeah.
Yeah. I got trapped jaundice for a custom. You know what? I mean, that's such a little itty bitty thing for my childhood, but when I see those colors, it's like, ooh, I don't even own a figure in those colors. Because did classics did it?
At the very end of the line, it was a 3. Was he in the 3-pack?
Oh,
he was in it was a PowerCon thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't get that.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, Playmates, I would love to see you do more figures like the Last Ronin one. I don't think that they probably will, but I would love it if they did.
Yeah.
But I need another turtle line to collect like I need another hole in the head. So
yeah, because there's quite a few turtles, and that's what I always say about that. If well, I mean, there's always a version that's not getting made, but if you can't find anything out there right now turtles related that you're at least interested in, then I don't know what to say.
And that was the thing. I'm rearranging, and I was off work on Friday, so I did a lot of it. And my wife came down here, and we were talking, and she was like, "Man, I wasn't noticing as much before, but you really do have a lot of turtles again. And I was like, yeah, but, and I was like, I'm not going to sit here and explain it all to you. But if you look at them, everything it represents like something different.
Yeah.
And I'm just insane for getting it all. But it's like, if any one of these things is your thing, you're just doing pretty well if only one of those things is your thing, right?
Now, could you, I mean, looking around at your displays, could you pick what's your favorite iteration that you've gotten in action figure form?
Or like modern, like stuff that's going on right now.
Mm, ever.
Well, the original Ninja Turtles line is much like the original Masters of the Universe line with me. It's like sentimentally, those were
Hmm.
my two big lines as a kid. So if it's everything, I have to say those because they've meant the most to me for the longest amount of time. Now, if we're talking about now, it's difficult because when I think of Ninja Turtles, my default is to the original line. So that's like going on now. Okay, that's Super 7. But the cartoon had so many wild ass crazy things. And there were some characters in the cartoon that I preferred the design in the cartoon than I did the original toys and vice versa. And so all these one-off characters that were never had toys, that's rad too. But then the comic stuff is going on right now, and it's
You're
like
good.
that's my favorite. Like at this moment, that's my
Yeah.
favorite thing because it's exciting, right?
Hmm.
There's a lot that can be done there. And yes, there's still a lot that can be done for the cartoon, and there's a lot to be done with the ultimate stuff. But that stuff is, I don't want to say on a predictable pattern because they're certainly not, but it's like you kind of can compartmentalize those a little bit more than you can with like all of the crazy shit that they could make for the comic book stuff right now.
Right.
So that's a non-answer. I don't
I
know.
thought you were going to keep going through all the all the versions.
Yeah.
It's all of it.
Well,
It's all of it. There's
I
a
mean,
reason you
that's
got
why.
new shelving.
Well, and that's why behind me, the middle shelf has switched over exclusively to cartoon,
Yeah.
and Ultimates have their own shelf over here, and out there it's movie and comic book now because and video game has a spot too because it's just I need the room for it, and I've got vintage stuff underneath it on the shelves, so I've got the turtle blimp hanging from the ceiling now. It's gonna
Hmm.
be cool once it's done.
So much turtles.
Yeah,
So much turtles.
yeah.
What did I see? I saw something.
And yes, that question did break me, and I really can't wait until the Archie stuff comes out. It's like I thought maybe Man Ray would come out this year, so it could be like the year that I got 3 Ray Fillet figures in 3 different lines. But since he hasn't even been solicited yet, I don't think he's going to make it out.
No, there's no way.
Yeah,
And I'm still waiting for those the best version, the wrestling turtles. Hopefully someday we'll see something like they got to do it.
they've got to.
They
They've got.
got
I
to.
mean, when it comes to stuff like that, I default to Trevor oversees that line. So
Mhm.
there's no way it's not going to happen, you know?
Yeah. Because I wasn't, well, maybe I was. I don't know what it was about those years right there, but I had to have read the comics or at least seen the covers and thought, damn, that all black suit is an amazing look, even with in the cartoon style, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And the other ones are okay in their wrestling gear, but and then Raph kept that for a little while, didn't he?
Yeah. Yep. He had that. Excuse me. He had that outfit for a while. Yep.
Because why not?
Yeah. And
That's
it's
ninja
easier to
garb.
draw and color.
Yeah. Also going to need room for the turtle van too. 2 turtle vans. I thought, yeah.
Dos
Mm-mm-mm.
turtle vans.
Oh, and then the Mezco turtles, but you don't have to worry about those until 27, 28.
Yeah. It's the not turtles, because the not Leonardo looks like he's getting close, and then the not Donatello is going to go up for pre-order soon. I think that was announced this weekend. The Fury or whatever.
Oh yeah, I did say
Yeah.
5K said that they should be very soon.
Yeah. I decided to skip Crocker because where?
Yeah.
But I'll get the 4 turtles.
Yeah. Because
And if they somehow
it
get to
changes it up
Ray,
enough.
I'd get him too.
Who?
Ray.
Oh yeah.
Which a Man Ray figure in that style would be pretty neat, actually.
Full on Man Ray, because their Splinter looks good, and I guess they've shown. Well, I guess that's the blatant turtles that they've shown. Hey.
Yeah.
That bothered me. Raph kept wearing that thing. Get out. Because it was awesome. I saw comparisons, photos that not Leo, and he's pretty small looking. Yeah, but I kind of want that if I'm going to mix him in with my like more realistic figures.
Yeah.
I want them smaller.
Yeah.
Do.
And you say that those turtles would be, I mean, you don't typically customize more expensive figures like that, but man, getting all the armor and stuff off of them and like making them like Star Wars compatible would be a lot of fun.
Oh damn. Yeah.
Because they've got the skin texture and wrinkliness that a lot of the aliens in Star Wars have, so it's like that kind of fit right in with that.
In fact, I mean, Maz kind of that same style as just the turtles wandering around in the background somewhere.
Yeah.
Did you get the NECA Universal Monsters? I only got I only got Frankenstein.
So far Mike is the best. The Mummy is very well done. He's very well done. And any more of the Gargoyles figures? Yes. In fact, I just found Hudson the other day, and Hudson is my favorite one so far, by far.
You posted a picture of that, didn't you?
Yeah, I think he's got the most interesting design, number one, but then I think the figure has improved in engineering places and whatnot over the other ones too. So he's my favorite so far.
Oh, should be about 4.25 based on how he sizes up. That's when I think of turtles. I know different shows because okay, let's finish the first thought. Think of them somewhere 4 foot something, you know. But I'm also coming around a lot to the newer yeah, but the versions where they make Raph the brute and Mikey's the smaller guy and the other two are just kind of in between. I'm kind of liking that too. It changes it up a little bit more.
Yeah, the one thing I don't like about that is that because Donatello's smart, they like think that they don't need to make him like ready to fight. That's stupid. I don't like that.
Well, see, that's why because I think that's why him and Leo, I think in that not turtle series, they're the baselines, and I think. Am I thinking of a different picture? I think Raph is a little bit bigger, shown with them.
Wow.
Let me see if I can find that. Let's see.
And yes, Hudson was worth the purchase. It was funny because I go into Walmart about twice a year and it's only for toys if I know something is hitting there. And even then, I usually have better luck with you going to Walmart first and finding it. But my daughter was at volleyball practice and she needed something for school. And where she had practice, it was like right across the street from a Walmart. So I was like, I'll just run in here because I don't want to drive any further to go and get it. And I happened to go past the toy section or the electronics section where they were, and Hudson was right there on the pegs. He is spectacular indeed.
I think I have, is it Thalog? I think that's the last I've seen at my Walmarts. So you're way ahead.
I have, let's see, I feel like I'm caught up now, even though it was like I was behind for so long, because I just got Bronx less than a month ago, I think, finally shipped to me. Because I've got Demona, Bronx, Goliath, Hudson, and Thalog now. So I think that's caught up.
There we go. Yeah, I can't seem to find the picture now. I'm on my laptop instead of the. My main computer has all my folders with pictures and everything else, all nicely arranged and.
Yeah, I'll be excited to see how the not Leonardo turns out. But you know, they're not cheap, but they're not horribly expensive either, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess if you're not paying, you know, licensing and things like that for
Yeah.
Even if the run's smaller, you can, you know.
And plus there's options to each one. You have the samurai look, you have the ninja look.
My thing is that those are cool. They did a very nice job with the design, and that's something that's very different than anything else that I've got going on now. So
you have the display space for all those wings?
No, not that I've given to the gargoyles. I mean, I put the folded wings on Goliath immediately, but there's a Gargoyles comic book cover, I think, that Amanda Connor did. And it shows them all standing together on like the corner of a rooftop, as the gargoyles tend to do. And all of them have their wings down, but Goliath has the semi-folded wings going on. I want and I need to get there to that point with this line in order to make it even display nicely. It's like
right.
They're all just kind of lined up and they're far apart from each other. They look cool, but if I don't get to that point, then I may just have to end up like displaying that line with them like randomly attached to the ceiling, which is cool too, if I have to do that. But I would like to be able to get everyone folded wings, and Goliath also have at least Goliath have the semi-folded wings.
I've got him actually hanging on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Got some thumbtacks with the wings sitting up on top, holding the whole figure. But I can't see filling up that wall. And I only have Goliath. I had. It was one of those things where, man, those look awesome. I would love a collection of them. Can't do it.
And maybe if I'm forced to go that way, it would add another dimension to the collection space, just to have them all spread out in different places, hanging from the ceiling, and that's cool. But yeah, we need those wing options.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's cool.
I like the way the blue came out kind of faded. It's not just straight bright blue. Are those the eyes just kind of peeking over right there? Or is
that's gotta be
reflection of something
or photo, like the contrast brought up.
Yeah. Then you got your turtle look.
And see, I think they look cool just like that, even without all the other stuff.
Yeah. Oh no, there's pins.
Oh God.
Cancel. You know what? That's another option too. I know it's sacrilege, but I display them without wings until they get relaxed versions.
I mean, whether you prefer that look and if that's your preference, go for it. But I think some people are going to have to do it by necessity here before too long, right?
Oh man, I wish I could say that, but movie Turtles, I guess because movie Turtles were straight up 90, you know. That's when I was still kind of was what year? I was in high school, but I missed out on Power Rangers and Jim Lee X-Men was my jumping off point actually. So, I mean, I get it. I really really do because some of my 80s picks are kind of, you know, some people are like Outback X-Men. What? I love the chunky swords.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, I hope they can at least get through the 4.
Yeah, because and Splinter. I love that design for Splinter. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. I know that picture's on here somewhere. Well, actually, maybe it's been a little bit since I've scrolled through this Instagram. Because there's that Venom. But how?
That's like Doctor Strange Venom. That looks like a mashup between Venom and Doctor Strange 2. Doctor Strange.
I think this is way up there on my figure of the year list.
Really?
Yeah. There we go. Outback X-Men is the best X-Men. Outback X-Men is greater than all other versions.
Well,
Robo, when you said
I still hold the giant size for that, but I got nothing against Outback, that's for sure.
When you said you were in high school in the 90s, did you mean you were teaching high school?
Oh.
Damn, man. That hurts. That stabs deep.
Dang. Dang. Well, never mind.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, look, big Razorbacks. Bow. Wild boar.
Yeah, if those were big enough, those would look pretty rad with like a Mythic Legions dwarf riding the Razorback.
I think those are pretty big, aren't they? Well, I don't know how big the Razorback is compared to that wolf that I've been seeing people take pictures with.
Yeah. That's just fun stuff, you know. Like I said, I will make some room for that because I have plastic representation like of every era of Ninja Turtles that they've made toys of so far. So I would definitely be into something that is its own thing too, because it's just something that doesn't have reference per se. And it's just new and fun and exciting, which again, Playmates could be doing stuff like that too.
What? I think they're a little lost with no current media.
Yeah. Yeah. And I get it. It's like, I, I wish there was a balance there because it seems like as soon as media takes off, then everything else will just kind of be forgotten with them. There will be no focus on anything else, which,
yeah,
and I get it, but it's like, you can do both. I guess it's the desire to want to dabble in the collector space or actually be in the collector space. You know what I mean? And I feel like they try to dabble a little bit there, but they're not like wanting to live there.
Yeah.
Even
I mean, I was cool with the 2012 designs at the time. You know what I mean? And I still have them in a box right there, ready to go in a Turtles display once I get that up. But those were definitely,
it's funny.
aisle.
It's funny. I like their first crack at those designs better than the ones that are more true to the show. Those are the ones that I have.
I didn't grab the other ones.
Yeah. I've got the Reveltech ones that are supposed to be more like that.
Why'd your voice?
Oh, because they're frustrating as hell. They're cool,
yeah,
but yeah.
I never got the Revoltex either, but I don't remember why. That wasn't doing a lot of imports.
I'm glad that I own them. Those figures are the reason why I've never purchased a Marvel Revoltech.
Yeah. There is a frustration level, which I always
Yeah.
get hacked on for, because you just got to know how to, you got to know how to hold them, know when to fold them.
Fold them, yeah.
Yeah. But even then, even you can get crazy poses and everything, but then you have to curate it. You have to go through and close the gaps and make sure the angle's right. And they're great, but I also hate them.
You know what though? That's one of those things that I don't think that you have to apologize for wanting the best of both worlds when it comes to posability and aesthetic, but also accessibility too. It's like there are action figures and there are action figure lines out there that move like crazy. They look great and they're not fidgety. So it's not really being a spoiled brat to say we really should be moving to that point with most, if not everything now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, right?
But at the same time, they still do things that can't be done.
Right.
They've got a long way to go. Short time to get there. I fell into it. I'm sorry. It was an accident.
I'm thirsty here and in Atlanta.
No. Just different toys for different people. That's all it is. That's all it comes down to.
Well,
I mean,
and I think that's part of the thing that appeals to me so much about the classified series too. It's like, yes, they're not doing Revoltech things. I'm not saying that, but those figures pose incredibly well. They're incredibly detailed, and they're also very accessible for those things. And they just do it really well. And I think that's why I like them so much right now. They're just good figures. I don't have nostalgic draw to anything but one character in G.I. Joe, for Christ's sake. And that's my favorite Hasbro line going right now.
Have you heard anything else on the Savage Crucible? Not since PowerCon, but
man, that stuff looks rad though. Whew.
It seems like he had a lot of stuff a lot of irons in the fire at that time. So they may be working through some things.
Yeah.
A toy shouldn't have a learning curve.
I'm kind of with you on that.
But the thing about it, and another thing that I don't buy near as much, of course, it doesn't seem like they're advertising. When was the last time we talked about an amazing Yamaguchi figure?
That's been a long time.
It's been a little bit, but they would do something, but then wouldn't be consistent about it with the next, or change this up. This one would have a kneecap that would fold over. It'd look nice, but then the next one would be just pointy, sticky, outy, gappy. They were tuning things in, but it was taking a long time for that tuning.
And the learning curve part of it too should be like, you're fiddling with and it's like, oh, it does that. And then you've got it. It's not like it does that, but then
now I have to rotate this around to bring it down. And
it's I get it. Like I said, if that's what you want to be able to do, is just that pure insanity. But other than that point, it's just like somebody's brain was running too hard.
Somebody wants a change of subject. You know what? Honestly, I can't. Was it right before? Was it the first year? It was. We got down on a lot of fast food there for a long time. And for some reason, I lost my tolerance for Taco Bell completely. We've tried to go back a couple times, but what I usually get is a Nachos Bel Grande with a Taco Supreme. And if they have it, a Frito burrito. But otherwise,
I think I've eaten at Taco Bell twice in the last 2.5 decades. But like in high school and stuff, I was into it, right? And I just fell out of it. So I don't have a standing order. I seem to remember really liking the Mexi Melts though. and then they had a thing called the Chicken Club Burrito for a
Mm-hmm.
while, and it had like guacamole and bacon in it with chicken and stuff like that. And I remember really, really loving that. But I don't think that's been around for like 20 years.
And there, at some point, they had a bacon ranch something too that I was just because it was different. But the last time we went through Taco Bell was because they're threatening with taking, or did they bring the Mexican pizzas back for a short time, or it's going away?
Yeah,
something. We went through and got
and
a Mexican pizza.
I like Mexican pizzas for sure. But mainly the reason why I fell out of Taco Bell is that on the rare occasion that I feel like I want like cheap Mexican style food or whatever, there are a couple of local places here that I would go to before that.
Yeah.
So
well, no, I have a pretty good Mexican place down South Town that we like going to. But Taco Bell's just one of those things of, man, I sure miss high school.
well,
but
and that's the thing. It's like if you love it and that's your thing, I'm glad because
no, yeah,
I run the absolute gamut of I like the most snooty, like expensive taste, like ridiculous food, and I like sheer and utter crap too, and everything in between. So
yeah,
I'm all for it.
yeah. If I find a place now, well, I've been to Taco Bell less than Long John's, if that says anything. But I like to go back to Long John's every now and then to remind myself of how good it tastes. But then I don't know if it's worth the aftermath for.
So funny thing about that play, two funny things is that my wife, I've lived in major metropolitan areas my entire life, but my wife is from an extremely small town, and her family, when they would go to a somewhat larger city,
Mm-hmm.
her mom and dad would like to go to Long John Silver's a lot, so she's got that like built-in childhood thing with it. With us, we would go there. And that's another place. I don't have anything against it. I've never have or whatever. I just never really ate there that often. But my stepdad was the one that wanted to go there generally. And the funny thing about that is that man does not eat seafood.
Oh, really?
He would go for the chicken and the fries and the hush puppies.
Mm-hmm.
But he does not eat seafood at all.
I don't eat fish, so I don't get the fish there, but I get the chicken and I get the coleslaw. The fries are okay, and then a crab cake, which is probably. But if you want something that's all thrown in the same tub of oil, then yeah, Long John's is the way to go.
I will say this is that is the place that opened my eyes to the fact that malt vinegar is absolutely the only thing that you should eat on like fried fish, because it's
really?
absolutely delicious. And I don't know if I would have known that as a kid if it wasn't for LJS, but that's like, yeah, you go to like eat fish and chips anywhere and it's like, yeah, you got to have malt vinegar.
See, I wouldn't know because no fish
Really
isn't above eating convention nachos.
Probably not. If we get to one of those things where we're at Toy Fair or a convention or we're at an airport afterwards and we did that thing where we haven't eaten all day, yeah,
no,
I'd probably just get like nacho cheese on it, but yeah, I'll eat it.
Pour some chili on it too. 2 taco supremes and one soft taco. See, Popeyes, for us back in that days, we didn't have one until, well, no, it's been a little while now. But when it first came in, it was like, holy shit, something different. Sweet. So
I make no apologies for loving Popeyes because I absolutely unapologetically do.
And I'm kind of, I fall for the marketing too, because they got me to buy a McRib the other day because it's going away, and I've only tried it a couple times before, but then and it's one of those things, I buy it, I eat it, and then I remember,
well, I'm shaking my head because I've only like tried a McRib once, and I was like, no, this is not for me. But we've talked about, my mom didn't take us to McDonald's or whatever, but my dad did once my parents were divorced. And it's like, if I wasn't getting a Happy Meal, which I was usually getting because I like the toys in it, I was like, okay, there's not a toy that I like this week. My default would be the filet of fish from McDonald's.
Really?
Yeah. And that's another thing that I haven't had that since I was a kid.
Or I guess the double filet of fish.
Really?
But I'm usually chicken nuggets. And I don't even care for, well, sometimes I get sauce, but I don't care for the sauce. I come home and put hot sauce on them.
Well, and so what my point is that it's like, yes, I don't care for the McRib, but there's no way in hell I can sit here and poo-poo anyone for liking it, because I used to eat the hell out of filet of fish. So
McRib, I don't know what it is.
I remember
maybe because they build it up so much that there's no way it could live up to standards.
I remember the commercial for McRib when I was a kid, and it was like, McRib chomp. I remember that commercial really well.
No,
but
if it's not the Mcdonaldland commercials from Saturday mornings, where
barbecue sauce, McDonald's barbecue sauce here.
The only one that sticks in my head is the McDLT. It keeps the hot side and the cold side cold.
It's George.
Yeah, that's the only one that I ever remember.
And Mac, you remember Mac Tonight commercials, right?
Oh yeah, but that was not a character thing. I mean, for like a specific food or something.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of McDonald's, then, if we're talking about that, I tend not to go into the Funko world very often because I'm not a Pop fan or whatever. But they did show off that they are making the fries, drink, and hamburger puppet, as Pops, and they've got the eyes going on, but though their eyes were just round anyway, but they had the pupil thing going on. And
True.
I bet I know someone who could probably paint that pretty well to make them look not poppy and look just like the original puppets more.
You know what'd be even better than that? Printing out some decals.
That's true.
Yeah, because that's what I've been doing for eyeballs since I'm old and blind now.
I bet you probably know how to do that if I had the measurement, wouldn't you?
Well, like we were talking about before, I may be in the market for a 3D printer. I may at the same time come up with some kind of what are they called? Are they crickets, or are they called?
Yeah, crickets.
Yeah, I may have to end up with something.
Yeah,
for customizing, because you could do logos and stuff like that too to put on things.
Yeah,
Veebs, don't do it.
I know. And I'll admit that I generally I don't dip into Pops unless it's something that I collect everything of, or there's nothing else out there for it, right? Yeah. But with those, I was looking at it and I was like, if you fix the eyes on there, you don't have to fix the shape or anything with their dumb dead eye looks. It's like you just put the whites and the pupil in there.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they look like. So,
Oh, you moved over to Wendy's. That's their spicy gets me. I don't know what it is. I can't handle fast food spicy anymore. Somebody said Zaxby's earlier. I like theirs, and whoever keeps bringing Flocked Grimace back up now, that makes sense in my head visually, but there's no way Satan's gumdrop would ever make its way.
He's a taste bud.
Is that what he is?
That's what he actually is a taste
bud, huh?
A gross, engorged, inflamed purple taste bud.
I'm an Nendoroid guy myself. Yeah, but that's more of a kind of a deformed, kind of. There's still a realistic feel to that.
I have some Nendoroids that I really, really like, and some of them fit in with other stuff. Just yeah, I've got the Mickey and Minnie Mouse and Donald Duck, and now they've got like Pluto and Goofy and Daisy up for pre-order. Those are some of my favorite Disney character figures that I own. And yeah, they have the big heads and the small bodies and whatnot, but those can be very well done. And the Kirby Nendoroid, the video game character Kirby, the puff ball
the pink
guy.
puff, yeah.
Yeah, that fits in perfectly with everything because his build. And I also they're starting to do the Three Caballeros Nendoroids too, the Donald Duck thing.
Oh yeah,
I'll be all over that, and I'll get the Ninja Turtles too. So
now you were getting the Disney. Oh wait, that's not Nendoroid. That was Hero Cross.
Yeah, yeah,
those look pretty good too.
Yeah, they never got to Goofy was the one that I wanted them to make, and they never got to Goofy. And now it's like all they do is Toy Story stuff now. So
looks like Mofex Hush Harley is releasing soon. Wonder who the new announcements will be.
I got delay notifications, as one does, recently. Who was that for?
A few, I think. Yeah. Because there's a X-Force Wolverine.
Nightwing, I think, was one of them.
Nightwing.
Because it's like I get emails from Ami. It's like, oh, I'm either going to be dropping like $150 or here's a delay.
Right. Now this, I actually got this for. I thought the arms and legs would work for a nanny. With do I have the egg right here? With an Easter egg. To try to make one of those. That's why I have this Nendoroid.
Oh.
It's a knockoff Nendoroid. Obviously,
yeah.
But yeah, that's why I have one. Just happen to have one laying here. They're making a Max Goof.
Yes, they are. That I saw him too. Yep.
I need Mofex to make the Crow either the movie or the comic version. Yeah. If Mezco would ever release, I'd be good if Mezco would release theirs, but
okay, they just haven't released it yet.
No, I think that's pushing. Well, I don't know, year or two, almost two. Hush Nightwing, Hush Huntress.
Did you order the Fantastic Four for me?
Yes,
I thought so. When are those coming out,
dude?
Who knows?
It's Mezco. Nobody knows.
Yeah.
I can't. They don't say anything. They make no announcements. They just change the dates on the website, and that's it. Yeah, because we also have the Mezco G.I. Joes. They looked like they were going hot and heavy into those for a minute, and then still haven't shown up. Stopped pre-orders.
Well, and honestly, it's like they're not doing any more Popeye, it seems. It's like the Dick Tracy. I was so excited for that Dick Tracy set. That hasn't even been solicited. It's like that's going to be Dick Tracy and flat top and done. I'm sure they probably won't do anything more with that. So it's like big puddle of disappointment. And actually I'm getting ahead of myself, but they're definitely in the running for my least favorite company of the year.
Well, the Power Rangers that were shown this year were originally shown last October, but the Green Ranger was shown February of 2021. So, and I think that may have been about the same time as Dick Tracy, wasn't it?
God, yeah. It was a long time ago. It sucks.
You know what? I picked something up the other day. It's the license plate that we got in the turtle box. I've got it at the end. I picked it up because I was looking for a different figure, and I saw that model kit for Boba Fett that I need to put together. So maybe that'll come around soon.
Possibly.
Mezco's name is now 1 to 12 years for releases. 1/12 collective. It may be a year. It may be 12 years.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like with any other company, if I start to like be like, where the hell is this? I just take deep breaths and it's like, it's not Mezco.
Yeah. So I don't know.
But like I said, Death Dealer's on its way. And I think maybe those little glow in the dark things that I ordered kind of impulsively are on their way as well.
Yeah, but that was just a few weeks. Was that a few weeks back?
Yeah. I didn't order the actual figure. I just, even though I thought it looked cool, I just got the little glow in the dark things, whatever they are, like the undead cupcakes or whatever.
Yeah. More little glow in the dark phallic things for your for your shelves. Because I saw those and I automatically thought of your little ghosty things.
The glow ghosts? Yes.
Yeah.
Those are some of my favorite things. Pineapple glow ghosts are the bomb diggity.
God, I wish I could get one at a time. I finally got a lighting collection MMR, but the Mezco ones look great. Oh, one at a time instead of one set. But still, I mean, even $400. And somebody made the comment of, God, $400, that's more expensive than we gripe about the Super 7 stuff. But that's baseline Mezco price. I mean, that's the price they've been selling figures for however long it's been, you know? Yeah. And plus it comes with all that stuff. Granted, it is 3 males, 2 female bodies with just a bodysuit and sharing gloves, boots, and I don't know what the differences are, helmets, costumes, and stuff, but that's still a lot of accessories for a Mezco release.
Yeah. Night of Ren 789 started a DCUC collection a couple of days ago. Mine is still proudly displayed. I still love that line.
Veebs has a whole who's who over on the wall.
I do.
Blue and gray Batman. Is that the one with the just the black bat?
No, or is it the blue and gray one, the first one?
Maybe. I'm thinking black and gray, huh? That was one of the later releases, right? I like that one.
Yeah, me too.
But I think in my display I still had the DC Superheroes Batman.
With the little head?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, head size in that line is kind of all over the place, so I didn't mind too much.
Boy, my favorite figures from that line, I mean, I say Blue Beetle because like, oh, Blue Beetle, but he really is one of the best figures in that line. But so is Wildcat, Green Arrow. I love the Metal Men. Steppenwolf, the comic Steppenwolf, is one of the best figures in that line. Etrigan was one of the very first figures and one of the best ones. Gentleman Ghost is cool.
Oh, Gentleman Ghost, yeah. Oh, he's only doing Batman characters.
Oh.
Which still is there's a ton of figures.
Yeah. The best Batman. The superpower, or the classic Penguin, which I guess really wasn't a DC UC proper release, was it? Or maybe it was. Anyway,
didn't they do another version?
Like the older version, the Silver Age version that looks like the Superpowers figure. I really like that figure as far as Batman goes.
Was that with the red and blue umbrella?
Instead of the more like modern one with the black and silver umbrella.
That was early DCUC, wasn't it? Was the Penguin the modern version?
Yeah, that may have just been DC Superheroes.
Was it Superheroes?
I think so.
And then they brought it back around on the Superpowers card. The Walmart stuff?
No, that was before the Walmart stuff.
Damn, I can't keep track. That was 100 years ago.
Feels like it. It feels like it.
Quinn says was one of DCUC was one of the best lines that Mattel has put out back in the day. They are missed. They get shit on now. I mean, I can go through and go, oh my god, look at that hips and stuff. But and still, I love the look of that display.
I was gonna say for somewhat for cohesion, but for like costume and era choices and stuff like that, man, the fact that I have such a gigantic Fourth World and Justice Society corner of the collection is like,
yeah, the Hawkman in that line is rad.
Hawkman is great.
Yes. Soon to be displaced by McFarlane.
Unlikely, especially. I mean, yeah, I've got blue and gold. I probably won't get that Dead Man. Man, that Hush Batman, his shins are coming out of his jaw, for Christ's sake.
Yeah. It was. Wave 1 was Penguin, Etrigan. Wait, no.
Was Penguin in Wave 1?
Was it Etrigan?
Etrigan, Batman, Metamorpho was the Build-A-Figure. Yeah, maybe Penguin was Wave 1.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that was a long time.
Yeah. Red Tornado.
Red Tornado. Yeah. Was early at least, or somewhere in there. I want a Harley. Get the Icons Harley.
Yes.
Is that what
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I have Icons Harley within my DC Universe Classics collection, and I think she fits even better than the DC Universe Classics one. But actually, I will say this, all of the Jokers from that line are really good. The Superpowers looking one, the Sprang one, I really like all the Jokers from that line.
The Boner Joker?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, if it came down to it, if I had one big gripe, and it was even at the time was a gripe, you can go back and talk about the articulation scheme. And yeah, Mattel was stupid for taking away the rockers and the neck. Yeah. But their female figures always seemed a bit skinny, you know, kind of.
And you know what? That's the thing. It's like, I love that line, but it's something I love, warts and all, because it had a lot of warts, but I still really love it.
Yeah. But man, all together.
Yeah. And they made freaking Omac and Commandy. I mean,
yeah,
there's some characters that it's just like, these shouldn't exist, but man, I'm glad they do.
Fitz, you're so late. You're so late. Batmite, that was a Kmart exclusive. There was 2 Batmites, wasn't there? One came with a Batman.
Yes, there was a black and gray one, and wasn't there a blue one too?
I think so.
Yeah, I know there was more than one. Catman's a cool. It's coming from us. Catman's a cool figure. Killer Moth might be one of the best figures in the line too. So if you just get Batman stuff, do not pass up Killer Moth.
And then there's Catman.
Yeah.
Head came out kind of small, but you know, again, one of those things where it's either too small, too big. No, I don't know what's going on with the forums, Fitz. It's going to take a little bit more than my limited knowledge. There's some background problems going on. It's an old ass forum. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have you gotten Galactus yet? I have, but it's still in the shipping box in the living room.
It's in 3 boxes, actually. It is a box in a box in a box.
Oh, yeah. See, I don't know what it is. And it's not because I got it later, you know? It's just that it feels daunting. And it feels like I need to have a whole day or something, you know, or something that I haven't cracked into it yet.
He's neat.
Yeah, he
I
looks
like him.
neat. I've seen a
I
few
like him a lot
reviews.
better than the Sentinel.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I still have the Sentinel sitting over here where I mess with it every now and then. I know I just made you feel old. I'm just now collecting the line. When it first came out, I was small.
So was I.
DCUC? Get out of here. In fact, is that your fault? No. I think I was at Comic-Con and my wife bought steel for me. And then was it you that got the toothpaste and something was going to give it to Paul?
Yeah.
And I kept it.
Yeah.
And I kept them.
And then you found the Batgirl and loose figure guy in
Yeah.
Dallas.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the Dallas show.
That was a find.
Yeah.
The all black costume.
Wait, no. Was that was Brett?
Oh, was it Brett that found it?
I don't think I've got that.
It was one of you guys.
Yeah.
I already had her.
Because we went digging for another one. I was like, wait, is there another one? It seems like Prod got that one. Because I'm not sure if I have that figure, but that collection's been tubbed for some years.
Steel isn't even technically DC Classics, though.
Which one?
Steel.
No, was he before? Was he Superheroes?
Yep. And like Mongol was, well, they released a different colorway of Mongol later, but like he was DC Classics. Yeah.
Yeah, still is DC Superheroes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in elementary school when the line came out.
Yeah.
This is some bullshit. I didn't want to end on this. Come on.
Well, then you know what? Double good on you for that aesthetic. Or that's what DC Universe Classics did for me. It was like it was iconography. It wasn't always perfect, but it was like,
yeah.
If you had some of them, you had to kind of squint your eyes a little bit, but it was like it's the Who's Who catalog.
Yeah, exactly. And I love Handbook, Who's Who, everything. I came later to the Who's Who thing, went back and looked at them, but yeah.
And honestly, that's what I'm focusing on now with Marvel Legends. Is the Handbook, essentially.
Handbook and X-Men for me. I'm not getting MCU or well, I got She-Hulk because she looked pretty good, and can be a She-Hulk on my shelf until we get a She-Hulk that I like.
Yeah.
There was another was there a Batgirl? Was the first one the color yellow and gray?
Yeah, but the black, it was repainted as black and yellow and more classic, and that one is much better.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, because I think I got the yellow and repainted it, and then they came out with the actual version.
Yeah. That one is much better. It's funny, I've got Mezco Gordon up there with them.
I forgot about that. Yeah. You got the bat signal somewhere too. Veebs, did you get Eternia?
No, absolutely I did.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And no regrets. I mean, I've mentioned it before. I have a 95% complete Eternia vintage, but I've never played or barely handled the tracks and stuff. I don't have it displayed in its like configuration because it's fragile. And I've never really enjoyed it that way. I'm going to enjoy the shit out of this new one.
You're going to keep them all together. Oh, well, are you going to be able to display it with the tracks?
I am looking at how I'm going to make that happen.
You're going to need a center display over there in the cubby.
I'm thinking about how this is going to happen. I'm going to figure it out. Thundercats is getting moved. Thundercats is going to come down here by Ghostbusters. But I'm going to figure it out. And I've got time to do it. I just wish Keklar. I wish Keklar would have been unlocked, even though that's a very, very deep cut. But I wish that King Grayskull for everyone was unlocked too. We got close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So black and yellow. Yeah, it was black and yellow, right?
Yeah. And that may have been the same line that Zurinar and Catman came out in too, not DC Classics proper. It was the Batman line that kind of
was
right.
Happening. That kick-ass line.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the original paint that we saw in Toy Fair for that Batgirl figure?
Yeah.
It was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Marvel Legends needs to give us the blue version of Box, the best version. What? Let's see. Put user in timeout or block user. I have some options here.
Yeah, Batman Unlimited. That's what it was. The Batman Unlimited line. And it ran kind of at the same time as Classics and then maybe a little after it, right? Am I remembering that correctly?
All I remember at the end was the subscription.
Yeah.
Oh, well, no, the end. Well, okay. Before the end of Classics.
Right.
Before it went to adding articulation in a little bit, but blowing the sizes and proportions and.
But I will say if you're only collecting Batman characters, that's fine. But the Metal Men and what they did of the Doom Patrol are fun little small contained segments that look really, really cool together.
Oh, here you go. Just put Eternia on the new dining room table. Problem solved.
I brought it up. Like,
I've been trying for years. He has toy display space upstairs, but it's not happening.
Yeah, you were the prompt that my wife needed to buy some art for those spaces, because she sure as hell did it not long after you said that.
But that would have been perfect spot. I mean, well, okay, maybe there's, but you could have hung some figures above it or flying characters. Something
high up there. You know what's funny about that? You know how there are two compartments up there? One of them is deeper than the other.
Really?
Yeah. It's weird. It's weird.
That's not really noticeable from the floor, but
no, I didn't notice it until we hung shit up in there. And it's like, why is this in front of that? Holy crap, they're not the same depth. That's weird.
Huh.
Yeah.
Did they ever make a Gentleman Ghost? Oh yeah, that Gentleman Ghost was amazing.
Hold on just one moment.
The way they have the top hat floating on the collar and empty, yeah, it's cool. They did it twice. Wasn't he in a 2-pack too? Because the first time around was kind of hard to get.
Yeah, with Hot Girl.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, he's one of my favorite figures from the line.
Mm-hmm. My son at the time was in elementary school, so I guess. Well, no.
Wait, your son at the time, or your son was at that time?
It's my son at the time. You know, no long. But no, yeah, my son at that time. And that was his favorite figure. I had to get I think I got an extra.
I remember you lost him for a while, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's got some translucency down there at his feet.
Yeah.
He's quite excellent.
And did they was Joker before that and they reused it there, or was Joker after that? Oh,
I don't remember.
That's double trouble right there, coming with Giganta head.
Ooh, yeah. But you can get him from the 2-pack release too, because picking this figure up reminded me of something that I hadn't thought of for a long time, is that I was going to buy another one of these and paint him in Haunted Mansion colors, and I never did that, and I would like to do that.
Oh yeah, and you need a little floaty head in there.
Wouldn't that be fun? Like Haunted Mansion colors, Gentleman Ghost.
And now I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And they did make Trigon as well. Yep. He was a Build-A-Figure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember that. I didn't know who. Well, I guess I did know at the time from Teen Titans cartoon. Yeah.
The devil.
I got Gentleman Ghost in the DC Facebook lot I picked up.
That is an excellent score. That body is a little stiff, but it looks perfect.
Switching to X-Force 2012, and now I've collected a bunch of X-Force figures and make some customs. Archangel, Wolverine, Deadpool, Phantom X, Deathlock, Psylocke, AOA, Nightcrawler. I don't know. I don't remember how far I got into that series, but I remember that team looking good together. I got a. That reminds me, I got a Phantom X jacket from Rebel 10.
Is that the silver and black ones?
Yeah, silver and black, white and black.
Yeah, and they did a Comic-Con box set of that, right?
Psylocke, Archangel, and Wolverine.
Yeah, I think so.
But were those in the actual silver, and then Warpath was in there somewhere, wasn't he? He was wearing a black and gray.
Yeah.
Later. Happy accident. Yeah, we're almost out of here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ghost was a pre-paint of Joker. That's right.
Okay, I was thinking that he did come out before Joker, because I want to say Joker was wave 10 and Gentleman Ghost was like 8 or 9.
Because I remember at the time everybody was like, why haven't they made a Joker? Because here's the body for it right here.
Yeah, exactly it.
Now I always thought this was chemo, but the cartoon said chemo. Is this?
I've always said chemo too. It makes, I guess, chemo can make sense too, but I feel like the cartoon did that because they didn't want to have it associated with, severe illness.
Yeah. But I love that Build-A-Figure too, or Collect and Connect.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's another one of those that it's like, we shouldn't own this, but it's really rad that we do.
Generation X, I never really got into, so I don't know. I don't remember what I was doing at the time. I'm not so much New Mutants either, but X-Force is more up my alley, and we do need a Cassandra Nova.
Word.
An earlier X-Force iteration, I think. He wasn't in the 2012 run. I'm a Joker. I'm a smoker.
And there's if you're into just the Batman stuff too, it's like there was the DC superheroes Clayface that everybody was afraid would, disintegrate into nothing. Mine never did that, but the very first original DC multiverse, the Mattel DC multiverse, because that's what they called it, right?
Oh, the Build-A-Figure with the Batwoman?
Yeah, he looks gross, but that's a great figure.
I never built the whole thing.
He's a little bit, he's bigger, but I mean, it's Clayface, so he can be. Yeah. That's a great figure, I think.
But I pulled out the old Rubber Arms version to do a comparison with the new McFarlane, and mine's
fine. Yeah,
I think a lot of that comes from that damn
Cave Troll.
Who?
Cave Troll.
Oh, did the Cave Troll to it too? Because I always go back to Morbius.
Oh yeah, Melty Morbius. Yeah. No, my Cave Troll has held up remarkably well, but I've seen a lot that have just like turned to dust or melty. Yeah.
He's made of chemicals, not chemotherapy. Well, that makes sense too, but
yes, that's true. It's just one of those things that it's like it's spelled the same, so it's like
I just got HBO Max back, so I think I'm about to make I watched the first episode with Blue Beetle. I'm gonna because I think that's where they say chemo, isn't it? Brave and the Bold.
Yeah, I think so.
But yeah, I'm about to make my run through that.
Okay, I love that show. And on a sadder note, but this should get you to do it now. It was very, 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 very sad that the best Batman ever has passed away in Kevin Conroy. And I mean that. I mean that he is the best Batman ever. You really should, if you've got Max now, you really should start that show because it's phenomenal.
Yeah, I need to go through all of that. I'm still not going to do X-Men, but I'm much more likely I'm much more likely to go through the DC stuff.
Batman, the animated series, and the later adventures or whatever, and then Superman, Justice League, all of that stuff. Those shows are good regardless, not just because of nostalgia attachment. They are just effing great. So you would definitely enjoy a trip through Batman much more than X-Men the animated series.
Right. Because I caught here and there. I mean, you couldn't, just like I've seen here and there, I saw episodes of X-Men when I was at friend's house or something, but Batman would be on every now and then, and Superman. And I remember thinking, damn. And I will say, I did see Mask of the Phantasm at the theater, but that's when we were always at the theater.
Yeah.
There was something that was on.
But you should definitely watch it, because everything from the voice acting, obviously, because that's what got us into this, to the writing, to the designs, and the mood of it, Gotham City has never been better represented as a setting, but also a character as well as in that show. It is the way that, at least in my brain, that you picture Gotham City. It's yeah.
Yeah. And just the way people talk about it with the reverence they do, you know what I mean?
And
you
like
see
I said,
way less of that. That version of Batman, hated it. You don't see that as it's the internet, of course you do, but not near as much as any other show.
Yeah. And really, I knowing you, I'm gonna bet that if you do start to watch it, it's not going to take more than a couple of episodes to still have, other people who have played Batman. You can appreciate them, but Conroy's the best.
Yeah.
He's the best.
Because I hear Conroy in my head. In fact, whenever I do a Batman voice, that's what you automatically, you try to go for that deep.
Yeah.
But
and watching him and Mark Hamill play off of each other it's sheer magic. It's absolutely wonderful.
But I also hear, because my kids watched, like I said, I'm about to go through another Brave and the Bold run. But
I love that show too.
Diedrich Bader's pretty good too, but I'm not saying better. But
Diedrich Bader is the perfect Batman for that show.
Yeah. Just like Aquaman is the perfect Aquaman for that show.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. But yeah, you should watch it. There's not a character that is mistreated or just kind of like, oh, it's just this character, so we're not going to really put our all into it. Again, everything from the writing of the characters to their voices, everyone is given such their due in that. It's
seems like I ran across Tim Curry's Joker a while back on YouTube, but did they actually use it in the episode, or was it kind of a before they switched to something?
Alfred's voice changed, and the person who played Alfred, is it Alfred? Am I thinking correctly? The person, the guy, Clive, what's his name, who was the original Emperor voice, I think was the original Alfred voice too. Somebody's gonna say yes, that's true, or they're gonna say no, it was this, and have it right. But yeah, Clive Revell, and I think he was the first Alfred, and then he was replaced, if I'm remembering, or he replaced the first one. I don't remember, but yeah.
Yeah, the first time we got HBO Max back, the only episode of Brave and the Bold we watched was Music Meister. because all the kids were over at that time. I don't remember what it was, but yeah, that's the one. That's the one that sticks in your head.
And what? Because we were talking about it. Bull is Two-Face.
In the 90s?
Bull
or in
from
Brave and the Bold?
No, in the 90s, in the animated series. Bull from Night Court.
Richard Mall?
Yeah, I think he's Two-Face. He's
Huh.
somebody.
Oh, and then Hamill came in for the debut. Okay, so gotcha.
Okay. Oh yeah, Ephraim Zimbalist. So yeah, he was Clive Revell was the early Alfred, and then Ephraim Zimbalist Jr.
Richard Mall is Two-Face.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah.
Bane's ruined for me for the rest of my life. That's when I hear Bane, it's the Harley series, which is really spoofing the Dark Knight Rises. So
I'll say the Bane in this show is very much trying to be Bane that it was like described in the comics.
Oh, really?
So, you know. Mr. Freeze was absolutely amazing. There's a couple of Mr. Freeze episodes that are some of the best episodes of the entire show. There's a great episode too, and I don't remember when it happened, but I won't give anything away really. But it's like these kids talking about, oh yeah, I saw the Batman and whatnot, and it's like four of them, and four of them have different stories, and they change the style of it when they're telling the stories to be like Sprang Batman and then Frank Miller it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, okay, I'll sit down and watch it. I saw somebody ask if there was any was it House of the Dragon? Is that what's on? Yeah, that's part of the reason to get HBO again, because my wife is huge.
I am going to watch House of the Dragon as soon as Andor is over.
See, I'm behind. I'm 2 weeks behind. I got behind because I was out of town and I didn't get to catch up before the newest episode. But Twitter has just hammered.
Speaking of so good, it's so good. It's so good.
I was going to catch up on that since she works this weekend, but I haven't done it yet.
I don't mean this as a slight to Star Wars, but Andor is a fantastic television show, period. It does not need, it's awesome that it takes place and it's about Star Wars, but if it was the same show and all the characters and the places were called something different, it'd still be one of the best shows of the year, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I mean, yeah, not a lot of action, but it's still nice. I really like it.
I've never like reveled in having such high anxiety for a television show in my entire life.
The first Scarecrow episode is probably my favorite. Mostly, I'm binging from.
It's a good one.
Yeah, I got a lot of TV to watch because I was flipping through there. It's like, holy shit, I've missed a lot since the last time I had HBO. Because
there's an episode, I think it's called Almost Got Him too, where it's just a bunch of the villains sitting around playing cards and shit, talking about their battles with Batman. It's unreal. It's so good. It's so good.
Because I also got it for the boy because Last of Us is about to come on too. I think that's on HBO.
You think Grogu's going to be in that?
No, I'm not going to cross over like that. Surely not. Yeah, I mean, I even look at the toys that they are making from that, and I'm kind of like, maybe, maybe I'll get it.
I completely agree with that. But even with the toy, like, I'll get down on Star Wars Black Series sometimes for not going after the most toyetic characters sometimes, but the characters are so good. I want figures of them, even if they're not toyetic. So it's like having the opposite effect on me. But I agree. I
don't need a lot of action in these figures that I get from this series.
No.
Ron Perlman is Clayface?
Yeah. there, there you go.
Oh,
and Andor just shows that as jackbooted as they may be, middle management bureaucrats within the Empire have some really engaging and interesting things to be told as stories. You know, it doesn't always have to be, you know, high adventure because shit's crazy.
I mean, there was, I always forget about the heist, you know, but it's easy to forget about that in the middle of everything else.
It's actually showing you, because it's like, oh, rebellions are built on this and that and that and this and whatever. It's for the first time it's showing you this is all the other shit that has to happen for this to work.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Oh no, I prioritize Andor on Wednesday nights. The kids go to bed. That's what I'm doing.
Was it? If I hadn't been out of town, I'd be caught up, you know. But
yeah,
dang vacation. Okay, you ready to get out of here? We've ran late, but we got on late, but we've ran later, like we usually do.
We talked a lot for not having any plan about anything,
man. We never do. I mean, even when we have a plan, we don't really have a plan.
But we are headed into the time of year when we do have a little bit more as far as plans go, because we've got like some actual shows coming up, I think, where we need to talk about the year that has been and whatnot. So, yeah.
End of the year.
Yeah.
Already.
I know. I know.
Time for food talk. We had a little.
Well, I can go on.
A little fast food talk. Actually, I need to decide what I'm having for dinner tonight, because
pizza called the dildo pizza. I mean, we talked about that today.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't get any better than that, right? Put some dildo in your mouth.
And you know what? Their Twitter or social media, they definitely don't shy away from playing that game.
Yeah. And it's official guys, right? I mean, that's what you said?
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah. That's cool.
It's there was a real famous pizza place that was open inside of a bar here for years, and that guy retired and they took it over, and now they're like the new airport terminal that's opening. There's going to be one of their restaurants in there. They're expanding, so it's cool.
Yeah, because I was reminded of how little there is in the terminal when you fly out on
I think it's going to be very different here soon. Yeah. So yeah,
because Razorback pizza pepperoni, anyone. Dildo or dill don't?
Dill do.
Probably just leftover chili here, so I haven't had chili this year yet. It's just now getting cold. I like chili when it's cold.
Chili when it's chilly.
Chili when it's chilly. But yeah.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. Well, I think the next time we're due is the Sunday after Thanksgiving. I think I'll be around if you'll be around. So maybe we'll have some thankfulness to talk about that.
Yeah, I'm doing this weekend, and then or this upcoming weekend, and then Thursday, and then I'll be free the rest of that weekend.
Yeah, we're going to the in-laws for Thanksgiving, but we're coming back on Saturday because my wife and I were both like, we want a day at home before getting back to normal.
Yeah. So. And that's what we are. And that's why we split it up, because for years we'd have to go Thursday and then Friday to 2 different places and just blah, 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 just eat and eat and eat. But we split it up weeks now.
Oh, man. Cyber Rat made brisket today. Heck yeah. Brisket chili. Oh, that's the bomb. Enjoy. I'm jealous. It sounds delicious.
Now, try Campbell's chunky macaroni and chili. I'm not a big macaroni guy. I like it, but yeah, I don't know. Got some fried catfish and beef stew over rice. Holy shit. That's maybe not catfish. That's not my deal, but turkey leftovers and toys.
You know what? I am one of those people, because I know I didn't realize that Thanksgiving dinner is like so divisive, right? It's like some people love it, some people hate it. I didn't have regular Thanksgiving dinner until I was like older, because Both of my grandmas are Italian. We always ate Italian food
Oh,
on
really?
Thanksgiving. But I love Thanksgiving food, like traditional Thanksgiving food, but I do not like reheated or cold turkey from Thanksgiving. I think it tastes weird. I only eat turkey on the day.
See, we've done the traditional turkey and dressing and everything for so long. Even my mom this year is like, well, I'm not doing that. One, it's a pain in the ass, cook all the turkey and everything. And two, it's the same thing every year. I mean, back when I was working at the metal shop, our big thing was the guy that would bring egg rolls for Thanksgiving, the for the potluck. It was like something different. Hell yes. I'll take all egg rolls. That's
Yeah.
so
Well,
I don't know.
When we are responsible for doing Thanksgiving dinner, my wife smokes a turkey and it's
Yeah.
delicious, and her dad deep fries it, and I like it that way too. So
See, I'm not sure if I've ever had actual deep fried turkey. I need to.
at first I was like, I wasn't reluctant to try it. I was just like, oh, this isn't going to live up to the hype of it, but it's really good.
Skyline chili served over spaghetti. Was that you? That's you that keeps talking me out of that. I'm going to try it someday, damn it.
Yeah.
Plan before it came up, heading out to Taco Bell. Let's go to
Pace yourself.
Buca de Beppo.
My grandma would come back from the dead and smack you in the face, son.
No, I actually haven't. It's been one of those things. It's on the list someday, but yeah. Dark meat for the win. I thought we could be friends, but
I'm generally not in that camp unless I am walking around Disneyland or Disney World or the Renaissance Festival, and then it's like turkey leg.
What?
That's all right.
We saw a couple of people with those, and I thought, you know what? Not with this. I'm not eating no big turkey leg or anything. I'll be wearing it the rest of the day. PowerCon in Columbus. We got Skyline here.
I thought that was a Cincinnati. Well, I guess it's not that far from Cincinnati.
Yeah, it's pretty close, huh?
I had to go for about a year. I had to regularly go to Cincinnati for work, and there's something that's in the chili itself, like a spice or something that.
Oh, really?
And it's not like any other chili that you probably think of. It's like
some
it's
southern
more
chili.
like,
I mean, southern chili and northern chili is a little bit different.
no, it's not even
No?
that, man. It's like, it's just like soupy or so. It's like
Soupy, really? Oh,
well, we were talking
yeah.
about Taco Bell, and I don't mean to offend anybody. It reminds me of somebody took the meat out of a Taco Bell taco and like put it in liquid, and then that's what that chili is kind of like to me, like the texture of it.
Yeah, I don't care for soupy chili. But I don't care for
I don't mean it's like super soupy. It's just like,
yeah.
I don't know.
You know what's going to happen? I've got to try it. I mean, all this
Is that what it is?
description.
Okay, Steven, Skyline has cinnamon in it. Then that must be what it is, because no bueno for me. That's the thing that gets me more than anything, is that if it's the cinnamon or what else that's in it, it's like, that's what turns me off of it more than anything.
Would you try turducken? I would try it, but I've never had duck that I can remember, so I don't know if that's different.
I would absolutely, I like duck actually, and I would absolutely try it. I've never had it. It seems like I would have had it before, but there are very few things when it comes to at least trying, as far as food goes, that I will say absolutely not. But that's not one of them. So I would try it.
Do either of you like crackers with your chili? Oh yeah, that's a chili staple.
Yeah.
I get down halfway and I just crunch up a bunch in there and make it like a paste, chili paste, and then mix some cheese in.
If I will say, we've been talking about this a lot today, but was it my stepdad? Maybe he did it, and for years I thought, you are freaking crazy, but my stepdad puts a little pickle juice in his chili when he eats it. It's actually pretty good. It like
Again with the
gives like
pickle
an
juice.
acidity to a very rich dish.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But speaking of pickles, we went to a burger joint in downtown Disney, and my daughter Ara loves pickles.
Me too.
And but apparently these were more cucumbers just kind of dipped in vinegar. They didn't have the full pickle. Yeah, she hated that shit. She
Really?
hated it. Hated it. I don't, yeah. Oyster
Huh.
crackers are good. I don't
Yeah.
that's fancy though. that's that's remember the saltines that you had to break in fourths? I don't think they make those anymore.
Yes, I do. I'd forgotten all about. They were like
Yeah.
graham crackers
Yeah,
in
they
that
were the
way.
full big
I had
square.
not thought of those until you just said it, but I do remember those.
Because everybody broke them up. So I guess they finally thought, you know what? Let's just break them up and put them in tubes or bigger packages or something.
And yes, my wife always makes cornbread with chili, and I didn't know that people ate cinnamon rolls with chili too. But that's definitely a thing because
Well,
she
see,
looks
there's
at
your
me like
cinnamon
I'm
in the
crazy.
chili, though, right? I mean, that would make a connection of is there some kind of scientific basis for cinnamon and chili? Sweet and savory, maybe?
I don't know.
Cornbread and chili is good.
Have you ever had white chili before?
That's not chili.
It I can
That's
see
food.
that as not being as such, but it's
Yeah.
still good. It's
I
like green chili chicken, and yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I don't think I've had it much. When I think of that, I think of ham and beans or kind of a
I
but I
like
don't
that too.
but never call it a chili. I like that, just don't call it chili.
Oh, yeah,
That's
that's fine.
yeah. Cheese and mustard on top of chili? I've never tried mustard, but
I love mustard, but I've never had it on chili before.
hmm. What was that? Oh, we get our Fritos. I'm not a big Frito guy unless it's adding
Chili cheese
crunch to a
Fritos?
burrito. Yeah,
Unless
to a
it's chili
burrito.
cheese Fritos?
Yeah. For some reason in chili, oh, chili cheese. Regular Fritos, that grease. I don't know if they have a greasiness to them but I love them in a burrito. Ham and beans with cornbread.
Yeah.
What? No carrot cake with your chili? Is that a thing?
I've never heard of that either, but that's fine.
Oh,
That's
there
fine.
you go. Old Greek Coney Island chili recipe, cinnamon in it.
Okay.
Hmm. Very Midwest. See, I've never heard of that
See, I've me neither.
because I've always thought of
But my
as I've
wife is
grown.
more Midwest than I am, and she is like, "Yes, that's definitely a thing." So,
See, I think we skew more Southern. I always thought of us as the South, but now that I'm an adult and look at maps and travel and stuff, I think we're closer because I'm North.
see, I think I'm more roped in with like the more northern, like Chicago, Minneapolis, kind of bottom of the like square triangle thing.
Yeah.
Even though that's all still Midwest, it's like different. It's definitely different Midwest than where my wife's from.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait,
Yeah.
would you ever dip your fries in your Frosty? My son
Oh,
does
hell
that.
yeah.
I don't do it. I can't mix the cold and the hot.
I've heard of that. We don't eat Wendy's very often, but I do like Frosties, and my oldest daughter loves to dip her fries in the Frosty. Yeah.
And my son doesn't have a very he has a limited palate. And he does that.
Really?
Yeah, it's one of those things that I don't know, still does. Chocolate milkshake.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just hungry now. Yeah, I think that's where I'm at. And I'm trying to get ideas from everybody of what I'm going to eat here in 30 minutes. So, okay, we're going to get out of here. We went another 20 minutes after saying that the last time. So,
That's what we do. That's how you know we're really Midwest, is the Midwest goodbyes.
yeah. Oh, dude, you know that. I used to get so mad about being on the phone and people, I'm trying to get up. I realized it was me. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Recognizes Arkansas as the South. Yeah. A lot of it, but then a lot of it's Midwest too. I don't know. I'm up like north. Okay. We're getting out of
You're
here.
north, you're northern South.
I'm northern southern. I'm Midwestern Southern. Yeah.
Mid-Southern, Mid-South. You're like the wrestling league. You're
That's
Mid-South.
right. See?
There you go.
Perfect. Okay. We're gonna go.
Right.
We'll be
We'll
back.
be back in a couple weeks.
Couple weeks talking about food, talking about toys, talking about whatever. It comes
Yeah.
across the screen. But bye everybody.
Later.